Hello, we're back. In episode 42, I said we'd be talking about the Invader port to the PC in GWBASIC and QBasic on a Windows XP virtual machine running on my modern Windows 11 desktop PC for compatibility. We'll also try it on DOSBox, a PC DOS emulator running on a Raspberry Pi. So first we'll run our Windows XP VirtualBox using Oracle's free VirtualBox software. Now we'll navigate to the GWBASIC folder on our virtual C drive and run GWBASIC by double-clicking the executable. Then we'll load Invader and list it to see how it looks in GWBASIC. Let's go ahead and run it and see it work. And notice the full set of sprites in the upper left-hand corner. I could have cleared them before running the game, but I wanted to explain how I created them in the first place. Also, I'm going to show you how I used WordPad on Windows XP to make editing this version a bit easier. We'll double-click on this file to open it up in WordPad. You can see that this is so much more readable and editable here in this format. Here's the code that reads in the data for the sprites. They're down here at the bottom. And this code here reads the data off the screen and places it in individual arrays for each sprite. This is the statement that would otherwise clear the sprites off the screen, but I have it remarked out, so that's why they're showing up. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and remove that and we'll save it, and we'll go back in here. Now we're going to have to reload it. And now when we run it, we won't have the sprites in the upper left hand corner. We have a nice clear screen. So you can see how this is a much easier way to edit than listing and working on the code directly in GWBASIC, as I have a much better editor with cut, copy, and paste available to me, and a much easier to read font in WordPad. Now let's take a look at the same version in QBasic. It runs noticeably faster in QBasic, but I didn't want to spend the time messing with it, as I just wanted to see it run here. QBasic does have a mouse interface and a better editor, but I would probably still use the WordPad method of editing a QBasic program if I was really going to be writing a game in QBasic on the PC. Now we'll move over to the Raspberry Pi. This is a custom version of RetroPie that I've set up with all these retro computers emulated. If you go to the MS-DOS, I have setups for GWBASIC and QBasic. I may show the rest of these emulators on here if there's interest at another time. First we'll try the GWBASIC version. You'll notice that this version has some simple sound, emulating the old PCK speaker from back in the day. For some reason, I couldn't get sound to work on VirtualBox. Now we'll look at the GWBASIC version again. This version runs much faster than the GWBASIC version, and there's some weird pause when you fire at the invader. I think it handles the keyboard differently. And sprites. The sprite's flashing as well. My next episode may not be in 2 weeks, as I usually do them, as I want to finish Rescue, my Fire clone, for the playdate first. So stay tuned, I will continue my journey as soon as I finish Rescue. So, next episode I will be showing a port of Invader to the PC in BASIC using visualbasic.net. That about wraps up episode 43 of my journey in game programming. Please like and subscribe and leave any comments or suggestions you may have that could make these a better experience. Until then, bye. I'll talk to you next time.